Hello, my beautiful people. Ignore the terrible lighting. It's the only light I have. Anyway, I gotta do some homework. But I have my list, and guess what I did? I finished my notes in time for my quiz, which we took today, but she didn't even check her notes because she wasn't even there. And then we learned that she's gonna check them tomorrow, so like I could have procrastinated them till tonight and tomorrow morning, but I didn't. I did them yesterday night, this morning. Okay, I turned in my essay, which I'm so proud of myself for. That's all I did. Anyway, but that's really good for me. Okay, I accomplished 2 things on my to-do list. Now, I am going to get on my computer because I'm behind in my Spanish. And if my dad figures it out, he's going to be pissed at me. Anyway, so I was going to fill y'all in because literally my schedule this year is chef's kiss. It is amazing. I have 4 classes, and they're every other period. So I have a 0, a 2nd, a 4th, and a 6th. I used to have a 1st, but now I don't because I dropped my math class this semester, thank God. Otherwise I was gonna fail it. So now I don't have to do that. And then, so now I have nothing first period, and then I have online 3rd and online 5th. And I have lunch after 3rd. So basically I have online and lunch. It's really nice. I love my schedule literally so much. And out of the classes I have, 0 period is my weight training, which I'm not even doing right now because I'm injured. Because I fucked up my back. So I'm not lifting. 2nd period is my favorite class. It's AP Hug. I love it so much. 4th period is the joke. It's my health, but we literally do nothing. We get an assignment, but it literally takes you 10 minutes and you're done. Which might even give you 2 days for it and you finish it and you're like, whatever. And then plant bio is a lab science class, but it's pretty easy. As long as you do the stuff, you're fine. It's not it's not there's tests or anything. It's just show up and you kind of get the credit. So yeah. So about other shit that happened. Oh, I hate that light. Y'all, my eyes look so blue. Ignore me. I'm being silly. Anyway, this weekend. So I finally had a good conversation with my dad this weekend. So for those of you who don't know, I'm autistic. I love reading and makeup. Those are my 2 things. And one of the things I hear a lot, sorry, it's a tangent, but girls are anyone who wears makeup, that's their personality trait. I just think it's fun. It's not my personality. My personality is more tomboy. I just like makeup. I think it's fun. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Reading is one of my social interests, which is why am I so damn tired? As soon as I sit down, I'm anyway, I say that a lot. Sorry. My dad finally admitted that I was being autistic to my brother. He was like, well, sorry, but your sister's autistic. Undiagnosed, but still autistic. And I was like, wait, you finally admitted it? So then I asked him, I was like, because he was on my brother for not he's like, well, why are you, your sister is. You kind of have to understand that there are some things you can't control. And then I finally asked my dad, I was like, is my mom embarrassed by me? Because she's always weird about that. And he said no. And she seems to think she's helping me, but growing up with autism as a dirty word, disabled as a dirty word, made me feel like I should be able to do everything that all the other kids could. And when I couldn't, I felt like a failure. And I did not understand why I couldn't do what they did. Why did I feel so awkward? Why was my humor different? Why wasn't I interested in the things that they were? And it made me feel so uncomfortable and isolated and alone. I got bullied a lot because of it. But I was never able to identify with that and be like, okay, there's a reason. If I would have been taught earlier on and caught, I would have been able to learn and grow and mature and understand my differences and seek out people who were similar to me, but I didn't get that opportunity until I was in high school. And so that's just something I always like thinking about. Like, it would have been different if I would have been taught why I'm different. And it doesn't help that girls are almost never diagnosed, especially ones like me who are more or less high functioning. Hate that word. I don't think it applies, but who more or less can function. But it just meant that like my behavior is even more unacceptable. Like, I had to be perfect because I had expectations on me. Like, I was a neurotypical kid and I was an ADHD and autistic child who was constantly confused. And then I'd get yelled at for my tone of voice or for my this or my that. And as a kid, I did not understand. Was like, what is wrong? I do not get why you're angry at me. And that was my entire growing up. Was like, why are you angry? I don't know. That's why I struggled to make friends. I was bullied. I was isolated. Being taught and being helped the way I needed would have changed things. But people still treat autism like it's a dirty thing. Like, if I say I'm autistic, I get one of two responses. A, they'll be like, oh, don't worry. No, you're not. You're fine. It's an illness or something. Like, I'm suffering from it. Or B, they'll pull away. They'll look at me weird. And they'll kind of quit being my friend and avoid the subject. Or 3, I guess they just pretend it doesn't exist. But, like, it doesn't change who I am. It's just how I process things has changed a little bit. And my needs are a little bit different. But I'm still me. I'm still smart. I'm still weird. Like, I hate that that becomes my defining characteristic trait. My defining character trait. But if I don't say it, then I'm not getting what I need. Because I do need more support and more help than normal. And it's taught to be shameful to ask for that. Because I'm appearing functioning. And so, like, it's just, there's so many layers to it all. And I was going on a mini rant because I never felt like I had a right to identify with the term disabled. Because my disability was in my brain. And I believe there are a lot of mental disabilities, not just ones that affect your intelligence, but I have been diagnosed with a lot of things over my life. A lot of them have severely affected my mental performance and my ability to do things and function in life. It's my term that I try to really rate myself by. How can I function? For example, I was really depressed and bipolar. Those were disabilities because I could not function with normal people. I could not get out of bed. I could not get dressed. Or I would go crazy. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't, like, it was terrible. My anxiety was crippling. To the point where I'd have panic attacks over tiny choices. I think part of it was undiagnosed autism when changes to my routine were made and things like that. But I can't control that. And it makes it so that I can't function like everybody else. Which is why I think it's important to identify those things. It doesn't change who I am, but it does mean that I need different accommodations. And I will constantly be advocating for people, especially girls with autism, because we are not diagnosed. And there's still a stigma about autism, that we all look and act a specific way. We all wear big earphones. We all do this. And I get told a lot of the time, I'm like, oh, I never would have guessed it. Oh, I would never have known. Well, you probably wouldn't. Because I was taught from the time I was a child that I had to mask, or I would be in trouble and yelled at and punished because I was being disrespectful. And so I did. I learned how to mask really well, but that leads to burnout and leads to me being unable to function, like, at all. Meltdowns and terrible things, and it's just a never-ending cycle. So I'm trying to stop masking, and yeah. Anyway, my mini rant, but please advocate for those people in your life. Even if they don't seem the most autistic you've ever met, people need accommodation sometimes. That is okay. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.